Well, I think it's about time that we talked about this on the channel. 5 AI features that Final Cut Pro needs now. Wrote down a little list here, got a little sheet. This probably can't focus on it, but I even took some out, cut some, condensed some. Number 1, and this is not like this is the number 1 thing that they need to do. This is just number 1 on the list, automatic subtitling. So we got automatic captions, but we can't make on-screen subtitles out of them. There's a couple of little workaround things or an app that you can use and take the stuff from the captions and turn them into subtitles, all that. No. We need automatic subtitles. Now, I'm not like a huge subtitler of any shorts content that I do. I do post some of my videos to my vertical videos to TikTok. I haven't really done Instagram Reels, and I probably should be doing on-screen subtitles. I don't love them, but I know that a lot of people do. And there's a lot of people who are editing vertical content and they need this feature to make their lives that much easier, make things move a little quicker, a little more productive, get some more stuff out there. Or maybe just they still get 1 or 2 videos done a week, but they've got a little bit more free time to do something else or time to focus on other aspects of their content creation. Whatever it is, we need automatic subtitling to be added to the automatic captioning feature that Apple released last year. So let's get that done. Number 2, this one's big for me. Automatic ducking. So that's where the dialogue vocals duck automatically when there's music or other sound involved, typically music. These are the lost, weary, beleaguered eyes of someone who doesn't know what he's saying. It's not about ducking the vocals, it's about ducking the music under the vocals. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. So it's going to add some keyframes, drop the music down a little bit so that we can hear the vocals of the person talking, and then bring it back up when they're not talking. Let's just do that automatically. Also, some optimization of vocals when they're paired with music. Being able to sort of do like a channel EQ and adjusting frequencies of the music that might compete with the frequencies of the person's vocals. How can we analyze all of that audio to have the most optimal mix between vocals and dialogue and music? That would be amazing. Now, this to me is one feature: the automatic ducking, the optimization of vocals and music, and then trying to do some automatic mastering. And this doesn't mean that it's just like a one push of a button and you don't have to adjust anything, but just do some general mastering, getting all the levels appropriate for YouTube or broadcast or whatever it is, and then going through and making some minor adjustments instead of doing it all manually yourself. There's a company called Auphonic. Now, I haven't used their product or done anything with it, and I don't think it's necessarily mastering, but I think it's like some serious AI cleanup. And I kind of think of that as mastering. Like if I record a voiceover with this mic, but then I'm doing vocals with my shotgun mic, or I have my pod mic over there, each one has sort of a different quality. Even if I record dialogue here looking at camera and then switch here and do this, like there's these subtle changes in how your voice sounds. Can software like an AI feature in Final Cut Pro just kind of smooth those things out, do some things to the EQ, do some things with some filters or effects that just help make it seem like that it was recorded at a similar time, that it's not all these different audio sources, different distance to the mic, all that kind of stuff. It'd be nice to get that kind of uniformity in your videos when you're recording from different sources. Maybe you're vlogging, then you're doing some voiceover stuff. Get that all evened out. Now, Auphonic, I think, is also AI cleanup. Like if you forget to use your shotgun mic, but you've got your in-camera audio, how can it take that audio and really optimize it to be something that you could actually use for your video? Another one that is kind of in Final Cut Pro for the iPad with these I forget the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. But they have different audio tracks, music tracks that they have in Final Cut Pro for iPad, and you can shorten and lengthen them to fit the song automatically. Now, some of the challenges with this are, Apple probably, worked with musicians and created music that they didn't have to worry about having copyright issues or adjusting the intellectual property of other artists using AI. Now, I think it would be cool if some of these music sites had sort of like a license or a premium subscription tier where You could use AI to shorten or lengthen a song. Why not have an AI feature that lets you take that piece of music, adjust it to the exact length that you need to be, and it sort of recomposes the ending of the song to fit the end of your video? Something like that would be a really worthwhile feature. The next one, my friend Alex and I, who have a podcast, basically using this feature already, but in DaVinci Resolve. It's a feature that lets you take a multicam clip. Let's say you're doing a podcast like he and I do, where you have an angle on him, an angle on me, and then a wide angle. You make a multicam out of that, and in DaVinci Resolve, it uses AI technology to automatically cut back and forth. When he's speaking, it's on him. When I'm speaking, it's on me. And then it will cut back and forth to the wide angle at somewhat regular intervals to check in on that wide angle. And it essentially automatically does a rough edit of our podcast for us, and then we can look back at it and make adjustments as necessary. We were using a plugin called Autopod for that through DaVinci Resolve, but then they added their own feature that essentially does what Autopod does. It's not quite as good as Autopod, but we can rely on it pretty well to do that cut. And it's a feature that we feel like if we had to go in there and manually do those cuts ourselves, the amount of time that it would take to do that would make it very difficult to even have a podcast. So an AI feature like that not only makes a podcast like ours possible, but it allows us more time to be working on the things away from the podcast that we need to get done. So that's a really nice feature that I think needs to be in Final Cut. And a companion AI feature to that would be something like Gling, where you can upload a multicam or a synchronized clip or just a shot of A-roll like me right here talking to camera, and Gling will automatically analyze that clip and make cuts in it that show different takes, that cut out dead air. Like if I sit here for a few seconds kind of contemplating what I'm going to say, Gling would automatically cut that out. And while it's not just like magically editing a finished video for me, it's doing some of the heavy lifting, the tedious work that's time consuming and kind of bogs down the process. Sometimes it demoralizes the editor, like, oh, I don't want to sit here and cut all these whatever out, these gaps, these multiple takes, whatever. Having something that can just kind of automate that process would be really, really helpful to everyone's workflow who's working with A-roll, long documentary interviews, things like that. And it's not making creative choices. It's just cutting out all of the stuff that you're never going to use. Now, I, as an editor, still want to see all of my shots, especially like an interview from a documentary, because you never know if there's a moment of silence that's emotional. They're struggling with something. You want to be careful not to cut all of that stuff out. But for A-roll like this, doing a cut down of this automatically just saves me a lot of time. It gets me to a finished product much faster, so I can have some time, whether it's spending with my family, working on another video, going out and exploring and getting out in the world, something other than getting bogged down in the tedious aspects of editing A-roll like this. And then the final feature I want to talk about is something that I've been talking about a while on the channel. The Photos app does this a little bit already. When you upload your photos to the Photos app, it sort of automatically logs your photo. It recognizes text in your photos, colors, different objects, people's faces, and you can go into the search bar in Photos and type in things like a car or a tree or camera, and it automatically shows you all the photos that have that in there. Really powerful features in the Photos app, and I would love to see that in Final Cut Pro. And then in addition to that, I want it to automatically transcribe all the audio, especially on an A-roll clip, an interview clip, vlogging clips, anything where somebody's speaking. I want it to automatically transcribe that and make all of the words searchable. And then all of a sudden I have this incredible transcript that I can search using the browser. And I can do some text-based editing with that, perhaps. Maybe I can look at a sort of a breakdown of that transcript and make selections on that transcript through the browser that then automatically favorites those clips or keywords those clips, so then I can pull them into a timeline and start putting together the rough cut of my interview. These are the types of features that Final Cut Pro and Apple could do so incredibly well. They wouldn't be a little buggy or a little off like we've experienced, Alex and I, with DaVinci Resolve. They would be really spot on, like the voice isolation isolation tool that I'm really, really impressed by. Even the magnetic mask and the tracking tools, smooth slow-mo, Apple's really delivering some high-powered, high-quality AI or machine learning features, and I want to see that extended to these key areas. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are kind of screaming at the screen right now going, forget about those 5 features, we need this one or that one. Let me know down in the comments what AI features beyond the ones that I'm talking about are you most desperate to see Final Cut Pro add to the software. I'm right there with you. There's a whole list of them that I have, including ones that I scratched out here, including object removal, generative fill, noise reduction, all kinds of stuff that Apple could be adding into Final Cut Pro. But these are some of the key ones that would really impact my workflow. And I just recently made a video all about the death of video editing at the hands of AI. And I'm not going to get into that too much, but I just want to say, when I talk about these AI features, it's not that I want some magic button that just lets me automatically edit a video from the footage that I provide, or that I don't even have to provide footage. I can just sit here and talk like I am right now, and it's going to apply an AI-generated image of me, and you all can just see the video based on whatever AI comes up with. I don't want that kind of work. That's vapid and soulless kind of AI slop, in my opinion. But I do want to see features like this that are harnessing the power of AI to make the job of editing, especially the tedious aspects, that much easier and that much faster. Now, here's another important point. I don't want to be able to edit faster so I can crank out more videos. I want to be able to edit faster so that I can spend more time being thoughtful and really searching for what it is that's going to provide value to all of you, whether it's simply reporting a bug in Final Cut Pro, whether it's a tutorial about how to use a motion VFX plugin to make tutorial videos, whether it's a video where I'm sitting down and just having a conversation about all the things that are going on in the world of content creation, the world of art and filmmaking. I want to be able to make a video faster, not to be able to make more videos and satisfy the algorithm or satisfy YouTube Studio or satisfy all of you and maybe your hunger for just more content. I want to be able to make better videos, more thoughtful videos, and I want the time that I save to be spent out in the world experiencing life, maybe bringing you with me in the form of a vlog or sitting down at a park and having a conversation, whatever it is. That's the result that I want to get from all of this AI innovation. Let me know your thoughts on that. Are AI tools like this kind of corrupting the art forms that they are serving, whether it's photography, painting, whatever it is? Or are your worst fears being realized where the human aspect of the creation, the act of creation, is getting lost and it's just being handed off to AI? Hey, AI, make me a video about blah, 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 and make it feel like a video by this content creator. Push the button and off it goes. You watch it back and you're like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I could change, but why would I bother? It's good enough. Let's get it out there. Let's churn out more content for an audience because I feel all this pressure to output more and more and more. Anyway, think of this as a starting off point for a deeper conversation, maybe a continuing conversation for my other video. If you haven't seen that video, you can check it out here. Let me know down in the comments what you think about AI and how Apple can incorporate more AI or machine learning features into the Final Cut Pro software. I'm going to go upstairs and watch some YouTube videos from some of my favorite creators and get ready to think about what I want to do for my next video. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget, keep chopping that broccoli.